Hi guys, so I'm still having tons of fun turning these unwanted sprues you guys are sending in to me and turning them to fun things. And today's video, yeah, I would never go out making a squig. As you've seen from previous videos, yeah, sprues are awesome for making, well, sort of textured looking skin. So I really fancied making something and I thought, well, let's make a squig. And this is what I've got. Yeah, it cracks me up every time I look at the things I make sometimes. So we take all the sprues, and the first thing we need to do is leave them in a jar of acetone for, well, overnight, obviously. It's at least 12 hours or more, and then it turns into this lovely ooey gooey sprue stuff. So this is what I call Mark 1, and the acetone in it is 99.9%. And in the previous video, I used a balloon to sort of mould the sprue goo. And, well, I liked it that much, I wanted to do it again. So I've got my little balloon, as you can see. Yeah, I've not really blown it up much. And that is just a case of getting all this lovely ooey gooey sprue stuff and putting it on. Guys, if you work with this stuff, obviously a couple of things. Well ventilated area, gloves, all the rest of it. You take your own precautions. But this stuff, it sticks to everything. Well, other than silicone, which is why the orange thing I'm using there is made of silicone. The gloves aren't. I have looked into getting silicone gloves, but they don't do the little disposable ones. They do some huge, big, chunky things, which I think, well, would be a bit awkward. So, trying to smooth the stuff around, and then leave it about an hour or so. And as you can see, yeah, it's starting to dry, but obviously nowhere near fully dry. So it takes a good 12 hours, if not a couple of days, to really get back to being the hard plastic. But the great thing is now, obviously it's got like a skin on it. So underneath this is a thin layer of the ooey gooey stuff, still not cured. But the outer bit certainly is. And yeah, by pushing it, squishing it, and all the rest of it, you can get this lovely textured looking sort of stuff on it, which I keep thinking of is like an elephant skin. So I want to build this up, but rather than using like big lumps of sprue goo, yeah, I've got a variety of bits boxes now, well, a variety of bits of sprue stuff that I've made. And as you can see in this one, yeah, loads of circles, well, half circles. Some are full and some are like just sort of empty shells. But these are going to be great for, well, in this case, making his feet. So it is the case of attaching them. You'll see me say this quite a lot throughout this video. With making things with sprues, it really is a case of, yeah, just sort of building it up as you go. So getting bits and pieces, gluing them together like this. Although at one stage, this guy just looked like a big frog. Again, that's why I make things that I have fun with. Nothing I do on my channel is ever forced. Even when I'm doing sponsored videos, I only ever do sponsors that I really like and obviously want to promote and, well, would use. So everything I make just to crack myself up. And yeah, this little dude, lots of fun making him. Still crack me up when I see him because he's sitting on my desk now. Yeah, absolutely love him. So as I say, it is a case of building up a bit by bit. So this sprue goo, this is good old sprue goo Mark 2. Or was it Mark 3? No, this is Mark 3. I lose track of how many I've got now. So this one is 99.5% acetone. Really bizarre. I mean, it literally is 0.4%, but it makes such a big difference. As you can see, this one isn't ooey gooey. This one's rough and rubbery. Although this is a lot firmer and harder than it normally is. And I'm not sure if that's because we've been having a bit of a cold spell in the UK. Nice sunny days, but at night time, yeah, it's been freezing. So I'm not sure if that's why this goo is, well, thicker and firmer. Because normally like this one is a little bit more, well, a bit more stretchy. So as always, yeah, I make quite a lot of bits and pieces. So in this case, I've made some like long lengths of stuff. Again, always leave it for a good hour or so because I can sort of pick it up, touch it, and there's no acetone on the outside. Obviously the inside still is curing, if that's the right term for this, because basically the acetone dissolves sprues, and then when the air gets to it, it then sort of, the acetone evaporates and the sprues go back to being, well, a firm hard plastic. But obviously at this stage everything is still, yeah, it's still a bit pliable, still a bit, not rubbery, but yeah, it's got flex and movement in it. And yeah, like I say, it's just a case of adding bits and then getting more sprue goo. So this is obviously the original sprue goo with the 99.9, although I've actually got 100% in this one, just because at the time it was cheaper to buy the bottle that I got. So yeah, 100% stuff, but same as the 99.9. And then just add in bits. So add in noses. Again, even just watching this back, it cracks me up how this dude kind of looks. I mean, I'm really pleased with how he looks in the end. But sometimes when you're making things, it's like, yeah, is this really going to work? I mean, this looks, this looks nuts. But like I always say in all my videos, this hobby, it's all about having fun. Trying new things, trying different techniques, trying different ways of painting and all the rest. But yeah, above all, it's about having fun and enjoying what you do. And clearly I do, because I've had this channel now for, well, a good 4.5 years-ish. And a few days ago, I hit 100,000 subscribers. So thank you to all you guys who have subscribed. It really does mean so much to me to hit that that rather nice milestone of 100,000 subscribers. Although that being said, yeah, about 60 to 70% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you want to make this old man even happier, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell, as I do produce at least 1, maybe 2, sometimes 3 or 4 videos every week. Yeah, there's no real schedule. Every now and then I keep thinking to myself, I will get into a schedule of making videos at certain times, certain days, but then that just goes out the window because, again, for me, this channel, even though this is my full-time job, it doesn't feel like a job. So if I had set hours and try to produce things at set times, it would become a job and it probably wouldn't be half as much fun. So this isn't a job. I don't have a schedule. I just make things nilly-willy and then post them when they're made. So yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling now, guys. Let's get back to this. So again, making more sort of moulds of circles and bits just makes it easier to get a nice sort of shape for something. And obviously it uses up a little less sprue, because as you can see, these aren't fully sort of half circles. They're sort of domes and that. But again, this stuff, it's really easy to cut. These have been drying for about 2-3 hours. So as you can see, still very pliable and cuttable. But even when these things are fully cured, which again, I say, it takes at least 12 hours, but then you really want to leave it a couple of days. And then you can still cut the stuff, which is really good. And as you're seeing there, yes, I've still got the balloon inside this dude, because I didn't want to cut the balloon or pop the balloon, just in case he lost his shape. And then it'd end up like a flat pancake. So as the balloon is in there, it's not causing any problems, I left it. So his lips, I put another layer on top of his lips, just to make them even more, well, bigger, puffier. Basically, like I've given him a load of Botox. His lips are now, he could do the old fish face or fish smile or fish kiss or whatever it is. Anyway, waffling again. So the teeth, yeah, I made these a few days ago. I actually made the teeth right at the beginning when I first started making him, just because I wanted the teeth to be sort of like firm and hard, because then when they are firm and hard, I can then poke them into, well, wherever it is I'm going to put them. That being said, I then made a big tooth. This one's only had about half a day, so it's still soft, which is why when I moved it, it got creases in it. But that's fine. This dude, he's got bad teeth, so yeah, it doesn't matter if they are sort of a little bit wrinkly, a little bit dented and damaged. And as you can see, yeah, they're the teeth, they're the toenails and the spiky bits on top of his head. But as I want this squig to look kind of like humanish, kind of, or orcish, yeah, let's give him some ears. I'm not sure if the normal ones have ears or not. I don't know, because they're normally quite small. Obviously, this dude, I don't know if you'd be able to use this guy in a game. I'm not sure. I don't know how you would use this guy. I mean, I might be able to put a saddle on his back and you put a little orc on him, riding him. I'm not too sure, but he is obviously rather oversized. But I love him. I mean, he's great. So, guys, let me know again. Anything you want to see me make, let me know down below, whether it's real, made up, or just mad stuff like this. So again, the balloon inside him, it's still blown up, and I thought, well, there's no reason to really pop it. I might as well just cut off the end bit and then yeah, cover up the balloon. So I'm sure eventually the balloon will go down, will pop, but obviously, yeah, he'll be nice and firm and hard. And there he is. Absolutely love how he's come out. So going to prime him and then paint him. Good old Colour Forge Matte Black. Yeah, use this all the time, guys. Links down below. It's no affiliate links, but they do kindly send me a couple of cans every month for me to obviously promote them, which I'm happy to do. Because again, I only promote stuff, guys, that I use, that I use or I would believe in. Trust me, the amount of emails I get from companies wanting me to promote stuff which isn't even related to the hobby. Some of the stuff, I think there's one of them that cracked me up, was a hairdryer. Obviously, if you guys have seen me or seen me in any of the videos, I'm bald. So clearly they haven't watched any of my videos because they want me to promote a hairdryer. Anyway, Waffling again. So painting him, obviously good old slap chop method, priming black, dry brush with white, and that's why I love, say, this sprue goo to make texture. It's so easy, it's so cool, because almost you can't not make the texture with the sprue goo, but it looks really well on, well, creatures like this, because it does give them a lot of sort of definition, which again works really, really well for the speed paints or dipping inks, or whichever ones you're going to use. As you can see, I'm using a whole variety of Army Painter paints and Green Stuff World paints, and then any other paints that I've kind of got on me. So I love the look of him, but obviously squigs are normally red, but I didn't want him to be red, so that's why I wanted to paint him with like fleshy colours. And now I'm just going to go over the whole thing with this good old red wash, and this just obviously helps link everything together, because I'm going to paint up to the whole body, but as you can see, I'm also doing the lips as well. You can still see the colour underneath. Yeah, he kind of came off the paint holder. I think it's because he hasn't really got a flat bottom to sort of stick to it, so yeah, he kept popping off. So it was just kind of almost easier just to hold him, and yeah, paint him. Again, this hobby can get a bit messy, but that's kind of, I guess, half the fun. But yeah, so red wash over everything, and now it's a case of getting everything back to being white that should be white. So that is obviously his eyeballs, his teeth, his nails, and those good old spiky bits on top. But obviously once I had painted everything white, he kind of looked like, well, turkey teeth, I guess, because he just looked too clean, too neat. So as you'll see in a minute, I'm going to make his turkey teeth look a little bit more, well, East End teeth. No offence to people from the East End. I'm a Londoner myself. But yeah, far too white. I have to wear sunglasses. So rather than just using a sort of like a brownish wash, I fancied mixing it up a little bit. So I put the brown sort of wash from Army Painter with the green sort of wash as well, just to sort of give it like, well, greeny brown look, I guess. And then yeah, just chucking that on. So I gave it one layer all over, and then went over and did another sort of layer, trying to make it a lot thicker, but just near the edges. So as you can see for the toes, yeah, I'm doing it bits nearer the skin, as I want it to be a bit of a differentiation. So it kind of goes from really being dark and grimy to then being a little bit lighter as you go along, obviously the toenails. And again, doing the same sort of thing for his mouth. Obviously, as you can see, I'm trying to feather in the darker bit to the lighter bit. Yeah, my feathering skills are pretty much non-existent, but hey ho, we'll give it a go. So there we go. Yeah, so say putting loads on at the bottom. I'm not sure what that is on the brush, but we'll get rid of that. Yeah, just to make his teeth look, well, a bit dirty. So he hasn't been to the dentist or flossed in quite some time. But yeah, again, loving how he looks. Say the skin. I love the skin texture on this stuff. It's awesome. So his eyes, yeah, eyes. I hate eyes. I really do. That's why I always prefer doing things like Space Marines. Anything with a helmet, awesome. Or maybe even just one eye. One eye is not too bad, because then obviously it is just one eye. But when you've got two eyes, trying to make them look the same, yeah, a bit of a nightmare. So obviously at the moment I'm just dirtying his eye up, just because obviously I don't want it to be sort of a nice clear white. So I try to do a bit of yellow around the edges, and then add a bit of sort of brownish in the middle. And then with his eyes, yeah, gloss varnish. I didn't film it for some reason. I'll have to admit, guys, this creation isn't my own. This is a picture I found on Google. Anthony Watts Squig is the only sort of details I could find about it. So go check him out. I can only find the one picture. And this is my guy. This is how he's turned out. And yeah, I absolutely love him. Yeah, can't say any more than that. I love him. I don't know where we'd be able to use him. I'm not too sure if you can use him in a game. You guys let me know. He is now firming up, because this is about 3-4 days, obviously, from me for initially making him. So yeah, he's come out. He's nice and firm. Guys, if anyone wants him, I might stick him on eBay. I can't see why you'd want him, because I'm not sure where you could use him. But yeah, the fun you can have turning unwanted sprues. So guys, keep sending them in. You keep sending them in. I'll keep making things with them. So this guy has come from this grey plastic here. And yeah, it's great to think you can turn grey plastic into, well, a squig that's possibly unwanted by anyone anyway. But I had lots of fun making him. And that's the main thing here. So guys, don't forget to check out all the other stuff I do. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that fun stuff. As I do produce obviously a few videos every week. Yeah, hit that button down there like I'm saying. And yeah, let me know what you want to see me make next. I'm going to be doing some more terrain videos because I know you guys love the terrain, and Warhammer Sprues are just absolutely awesome for that. Big shout out, thank you to all my lovely patrons for, for making it so I can do these kind of videos each and every week. Love you guys. Yeah, you all take care. See you in the next one. Bye now.